Everything gotta be perfect?
Yeah. Can't help it after a while. You get very critical before you even start shit.
Bet.
We good?
Yeah, I feel like we good. We just gotta get a little close.
Oh, we gooch? Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, like where we sitting at, is that good?
Yeah. From
Okay.
my camera.
All right, well, we're recording. We are good to go.
All right.
We're here.
All right, who wanna start? What do you want me to start?
I mean, you have the topic.
All right.
Well, I mean, start with introduction.
Yeah, for sure. Introduction.
Yeah.
Just explaining like what we doing right now.
And your name.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah,
Nobody knows who we are.
y'all just talking.
Whoever watches this gonna know who we are for sure.
I
hope
But
so.
anyway,
Alright.
I'm Cedrick Holloway, and I'm doing this with Terrence. Oh, you can introduce yourself.
Right, I'm Terrence. You can call me T.
Yeah, and I'm Izzy Hameed.
Izzy's like our first guest, and right now we're just gonna talk about, I guess, just our LA experience.
Yeah.
Just what it's like. I don't know if it's like what it's like to be black men in this LA experience, or just dudes from New York in this LA experience being creative. Kind of figure it out, and we'll name the podcast later.
Yeah.
Right.
Whatever the hell that is. I wanted to call it Niggas in LA, but I don't know,
Niggas
Negroes
be
in LA. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And they been in LA.
Uh-huh.
But we got our first guest, which is dope. Impromptu guest.
Yeah, man.
And I guess we just start with Izzy. Izzy warned me like a long time ago, like how hard it was to like find a job out here. And we was just talking about that earlier. Because in New York City, you can just like hopscotch from job to job.
True.
You double dutching
Yeah.
in between jobs. You just walk into places. But out here, it looked like a casting call at these open call restaurants.
Yeah. I also, I'm a California native, so I have experience with living in Cali and also living in New York. And just from that time that I spent out in New York, just trying to hustle and doing the same thing I was doing out here, it's definitely a lot quicker pace. And so that's what I always like mention to people when they come from the East Coast, is like you swimming in a completely different current, you know? And so like the mentality, the pace, everything is different, you know, on this side. You know?
They don't care what you did in New York City.
How long were you in New York City?
A little over a year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a little over a year. And so within that year, I was able to hop from restaurant to restaurant, you know, and got my experience out there with that. But yeah, man, it's just a different kind of thing, and there's so many kind of little politics that come into being a waiter in LA specifically, because it's just like everyone that's doing it is an actor or a model or trying to be in the industry in some type of way. So you're gonna get a lot of like, well, who do you know, or are you pretty enough, you know, and that kind of thing. So it's, you know, that's what you're dealing with in that industry. I feel like
I had no idea it was like that.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
crazy.
So I mean, when you think about it, you're like, who's out here serving? And it's either you know, those that are retired, and that's not really like, it's not really eye candy. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, they'll probably have a couple of like older people and higher positions or whatever, management, but for the most part, the people working on the floor, they want them to be beautiful. I mean, they want them to be Hollywood-esque. You know what I mean?
beautiful.
Yeah, LA beautiful. You know what I mean?
I tell niggas I'm a Baltimore 7 just because I ain't never been to jail and I don't have
Yeah,
kids.
Yeah.
So that bumped me up 2 points.
Yeah, man.
But out here, I don't even register.
Yeah.
I was in Beverly Hills at this open call. And I swear, I looked around, I was like, I don't belong here.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't belong here
It's a
at
different
all.
look. I
I
mean,
need to find some other shit.
yeah. I mean, you know, it's also it's just connections too. I'm not gonna
Sure.
say everybody up in here
It's
is,
definitely
you know,
LA for you.
but it's connections. You know, if you can get a word in there, someone that knows management. Like I got somebody I'm gonna send you to. Yeah, I mean, but
appreciate
like,
it.
you know, after this, you know, but yeah, man, it's just that kind of thing.
That's the feeling I get in fitness, like working in fitness too. You can make a lot of connections in the fitness field.
Oh yeah.
Especially out here, I see it more and more than compared to New York. I mean, everybody's out there is hustling for something, but here, just like what you said, in that industry, it's there's always models, actors, and actresses, or somebody that works in music or something like that.
It's the funny thing is, I've been a personal trainer as well, and so like while being in a server at a restaurant, and it's like that's the thing. People think that like LA is just like New York, where you could get one gig and just you know capitalize off of that. It's like the people out here do everything, you know, and most of your because everyone does everything, it's kind of like you get people off of, you know, especially in LA, it's just so like visual, you know, so it's like you get more clients the more you're seen with someone, or the more, you know, the more people are looking at you and they're like, yo, I want to look like him, you know, like that's how you sell, you know, out here, you know, or whoever you're working out with. If you're lucky to get with someone that's you know, got a lot of followers on Instagram, or happens to be a actor or whatever, you know, be whatever list celebrity, you know, that all helps, you know, because they're like, oh, you know, this is what it, you know, so it's that kind of thing.
How's it been like job hunting for you? Like, what's the experience been like for you so far since you've been here?
Oh, I told you, it sucks. Like, trying to get a restaurant job, they treat it like an internship. It was like, we don't care how much experience you got in New York City. You're going to work your way up from the mail room in this area. But I don't even want to dwell on that right now. I'm just getting depressed. But, Terrence, I just wanted to bring up, like, why we all came out here. Why we all came out here.
Yeah.
And what you do specifically?
Me, I'm from Rochester, New York.
Okay.
I moved to New York City in 2009.
Okay.
And that's when I went to college. And I graduated in 2 years, but after that, I just stayed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just stayed. I refused to leave.
Yeah.
No matter
it'll do that to you.
How many beatdowns I was getting at that time.
Izzy know about that.
Yeah,
you know.
Very much so.
So, but thank God I made the friends that I'm now currently living with in this house. So because, you know, I didn't know shit about New York City at that time when I first got there. So during my hardest times, they supported me in many ways to help me get through.
You found your tribe.
I found my tribe, for sure.
That's really what it, like, that's key, what I found out. And just, you know, being back and forth is like, I was fortunate. It happened a lot quicker in New York. You know, I was able to find like a nice, like, just, you know, family away from home, just to cope with, you know, all of the things that you deal with out there. But it's like, it took a while to find some solid ones, you know, out in this way, just because people aren't as quick. They're not as front and as forward as, you know, back east.
I kind of see that.
It's that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's not even necessarily, I'm not going to say it's like a California, this like West Coast, East Coast kind of thing. You can say that, but definitely more so out here is where I see like that kind of struggle with just trying to find, and I don't want to make it seem like it's so difficult to find it, but it's just like, I feel like people who come here have a certain construct of the people that they're going to interact with, and you see a lot of people selling themselves short just to, you know, get to, you know, so
yeah, I mean, well, I'm learning little by little.
Yeah.
Little by little.
Thank God I'm just like, fuck niggas, man. I don't need no friends. I got my niggas out here.
How was it for you in New York, though, finding like your...
Oh, man, I had too many people. It was a problem. So I'm glad to just like get out of there. You know what I mean? So I can like shed. You get a lot of bullshit friends. Just because in New York City, it's a lot of like drinking. It's like a whole drinking culture. Out here, it's not. People go to sleep.
Yeah.
And like chill. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're just like, what you doing? Why y'all?
You're messing up my energy,
yo.
Yeah.
The ones who party, they party, and you just let them party.
Yeah.
But like in New York City, it's pervasive. Yeah. Everybody is always going out of work.
True.
And I got a lot of friends that it's like your drug addict friend, you know what I mean? We just together because we get the drugs together, you know what I mean? They know how to score, or they know how to drink, we drink. Yeah. That's just it. We not even friends.
Yeah.
We just
but you called me and I answered. Yeah, I mean?
Yeah,
every time.
Because you got my fix.
Yeah, I mean? What's next? Yeah,
but what, let's go around and say like what brought us out here. What's your artistic endeavor?
Okay.
And then after that, what you plan on doing in the future, you know what I mean? So like every week I wanted to come in and just like discuss how's the artistic journey going for you, how's it progressing, what's the negative aspects of it, and hopefully we can encourage people. Hopefully, I don't know, this can document the journey for somebody else who wants to make the transition. Hopefully they can avoid the pitfalls we made. But we all are in different fields that brought us out here, so it's all going to be unique stories.
Okay. Want to go first?
Oh, should I? Okay.
You looked ready.
I was getting ready.
Okay,
No, go first.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I do film photography and music. When I the process for me since I've been out here, I think so far I've been experiencing a lot of openness. Whereas before in New York City, I was so guarded. I feel like the design of New York City reflected how I was truly feeling as an artist there. Because like literally everywhere you turn, there's just brick walls. There's a corner or there's traffic. There's just literally distraction. There's a constant, there's multiple things going on at once. Forces you to feel like you need to keep up with everything. Which obviously transitions to your attitude towards social media. That also putting you under pressure, make you feel like you have to keep up with everything, and always trying and dealing with multiple personalities or impressions on social media as well. It's a lot of juggling. But when I moved out here, I've been seeing more and more the health or the importance of space and removing yourself from all of the energy, which could also feel like chaos. And so I feel like I'm rediscovering myself, which is playing a big part in me discovering a new set of skills of mine that I either buried a long time ago while trying to survive in the Big Apple, or just changing, just figuring out what's happening to me, because I do feel a little different. I've only been here for 6 months so far.
Oh, okay.
So I'm still figuring it out, because for a while, I've never been in the space. I never lived in a space like this before. So even right now, the fact that it's January, I'm used to being bundled up because it would be just cold as fuck outside, and the heater would happen to not be working. It's such an inconvenient. That's such an inconvenient time for your heater not to be working, right? So I'm now in a space where I can just walk out in a hoodie and some shorts. So even adjusting to that and just feel this processing it. I'm taking the time to process this new space I'm in to apply to my creativity moving forward. So that's where I'm at right now.
No, you should go, man.
I mean, shit, it's pretty simple for me. I just came out here to do stand-up and also just to get away. But it turned into like a fitness journey that just like naturally happened. So basically I'm just out here doing these open mics because I feel like I hit a wall at the New York City open mics and I got an opportunity to go, and I'm loving it.
Word.
I'm loving the scenery, I'm loving the fitness, I'm loving the stand-up scene. I'm meeting more celebrities. I mean, even though they don't really mean shit, but everybody's like encouraging me. I'm meeting more people. Even if it's fake, I always say like, the niceties in LA reminds me of like fake boobs. Like it's still nice.
They're still nice to look at.
It still feel good. Because I've been dealing with that New York energy and Baltimore energy for so long, and I compare that to just like a straight dick. Like it's just like hard, straight to the point. Sometimes it's miserable. You know what I mean?
But you gonna take it.
But it's there. You gotta take it.
Oh my god. Oh, okay.
You gotta take it, or you won't be able to continue. So I mean, the quality of life is better. It's a little harder to find a job, but whatever. My cost of living is a little less than New York City, and I go out a lot less more. So that helps. I'm out here trying to get this stand-up grind, and it's going lovely. And now I'm trying to do podcasts, all types of shit, mukbangs. But I talked to my homie recently, and it's always nice to just have your homies to talk to. We just came out here to get good, just get better, focus on that. Don't worry about none of the bullshit.
I mean, that's the thing. I think all of this is a part of the journey. You know what I mean? So that's why it's like even the fails, even the losses. Like you could tell people like not to do certain things, but some people have to do certain things just to get to the other side. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
it's a great learning experience.
Great, I mean, but that's what happens when you are uncomfortable, and I feel like that's like the journey of an artist, is learning how to operate in chaos and learning how to like feed off of it, and learning how to like, also while feeding off of that chaos, what you learn out here is how to maintain your sense of, or what you should be learning out here is how to maintain that sense of self, that sense of space, that sense of health, mental, spiritual, physical, that type of thing. So, yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I always say, like, in New York City, I got my bachelor's in stand-up, and I'm coming out here to get my master's. Because there's so much more new material. It's a whole new getting out of your comfort zone, the key of life, they say. And, you know?
And it's different, even the stand-up thing, the stand-up thing, and I'm not even a comedian, but it's just different out here compared to New York.
It's like great Kool-Aid versus red Kool-Aid.
Yeah, and I love me some great Kool-Aid. That's my favorite, you know what I mean?
I haven't been to any of those like the stand-ups out here yet.
Yeah, man, it's
I'm
great.
looking forward to checking it out.
Like, the only thing that's different is a lot of socializing, which I guess is just LA.
Yeah.
Like, the
LA.
big clubs, they want you to... People just want you to just come hang out. You might not even get up,
Yeah.
which I'm not used to because in New York you just go, balls to the wall. But the funny thing I thought of earlier was the LA clubs, like it's all casual, come hang out, even the biggest clubs. But in New York City, they treat it like a dope spot. This is like, don't be coming around here unless you're trying to spend money. Like, don't just be hanging around here. We don't want none of y'all hanging.
$5.
You gotta be spending big bread, too. Not that little shit.
Yeah.
Don't have to crumpled up dollar bills. We want crisp. Wait, what am I gonna do with $5? They like, no, you buying bottles. Louis C.K. is here. Dave Chappelle popping up here. We don't want y'all around, which is nice. This socializing thing I got to used to, but the celebrity guy I talked to yesterday, Hugh Moore, he was telling me all you gotta do is just kill, just keep killing. And then he said that the work will speak for itself. He was like, you don't have to be a social butterfly, really. A lot of people get further ahead being a social butterfly and not catching up with their skills.
But you know what? That's the thing. Do you want to get ahead based off of people liking you, or do you want to get based off of people liking your work?
Yeah, both. A little bit of both.
It's a little bit of both, but I mean, honestly, I feel like the work buys longevity.
Yeah, for
You know
sure.
what I mean? Like, we're only going to like you for, we're going to get tired of just seeing your face. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta be, especially if you bring it, if you want to sell it to the masses.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, Izzy?
So what brought me to LA? What?
Izzy, I was gonna say Izzy is the most successful out of us three.
The most successful, and I just
Yeah,
exactly. I'm like, I just got my spot 3 months ago. Before that, there was a couch for the whole year. Before that, it was the car for the whole year. So it's like, your boy. And then before that, it was in New York on a couch, for whatever. But yeah, man. It's just I don't know. I can't. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of like, is it self, deprivation? Like, am I hurting myself? Do I like doing this, to myself, to not want to give up? But it's like, it's the only thing I know. It's the only thing I know. It's the only thing that I want to pursue. It's the only thing that I want to do. So with that being said, what brought me to LA was modeling at first, and finishing school. I finished school at Cal State Northridge, did 2 years there, and got my degree in sociology. And then by that time, I always wanted to do entertainment, wanted to figure it out, and then modeling was my first step in. And then from there, I started doing background work and trying to get more acting stuff and just roles, just trying to just study the craft. That's all I wanted to do was just study. And so I took my last class before I graduated. That started the bug. Took a couple of classes, workshops, and then modeled for like 2 years out here. Then I decided, like, might as well bet on myself. New York was always calling me, and decided to just bet on myself. Went out to New York.
That's where we met.
Yeah, that's where I met Cedrick at. And yeah, man, and that just kind of taught me to just, like, everything that I had, it kind of felt like I was running away just because I wanted to find something that in my mind I would find and it would make me more whole. You feel me? Like, oh, if I found this one piece, if I did this one thing, then that's when it's gonna hit. And then so I mean, I went out there and I killed. I did, everything I had to do, but what it really
Dolce Gabbana stuff.
Yeah. Did some off Broadway, did Dolce, did a bunch of little background.
You've been working.
I mean, God is good. You know what I mean? God is good.
There's a lot of distractions out there, though, for sure.
Yeah, and that's what it was. It was like, I started getting a little distracted, and then also that winter, you know what I mean? That winter depression, you know what I mean? That when you actually sitting there and it's like, I'm up in Harlem and I'm like, you know, I'm from the hood, but that don't mean I still want to be there, you know. So I'm like, I'm sitting there trying to get, I'm sitting up there trying to get my artistry on, and then all of a sudden I'm like looking out the window and grandma's on the floor dodging bullets, you know what I mean? And like it's a shootout right out front. So it's just like, you know, seeing things like that, homies, you know, you see them one day and then the next day you go outside and it's like they either locked up or, you know, face done got slashed and all that stuff, and it's just like, damn, like, okay. All right, we here. So I loved it, learned a lot. But what brought me back out here was just the fact that it was like, okay, I left, but my foundation that I had, I took with me, and it allowed me to build out there. So then I was just thinking like, oh, well, shit. If I got all this and I got this from New York, let me take this back to LA and see what I could really do with the connects that I have, or, you know. So I came back 2017. And ever since then, hopped on, did a background job for R5, and then hopped on with the assistant director, and he just like pulled me in.
I saw Izzy in that Drift Too Hard video. I was like, this nigga made it. We won, baby.
But see, that's the thing. It looked like, you know, it looked
mirrors.
Smoking mirrors, and also it's like, you know, like I'm gonna cherish those. I'm always cherish those things, you know. But it's like, that just buys me a little bit more time to just be like, oh, okay. That was just that little affirmation, like, oh, keep on going, boy. Like, keep on going.
But now you're starting your own production company.
Yeah, so I started my own production company. 2 years after the game, I've moved from production assistant to assistant director. Now I'm an executive producer of my own company, Love Life Productions.
Shout out to Love Life Productions.
Yeah, I mean. And then, you know, I do my music thing on as well, Izzy Me Now. So we got, you know, some tracks coming out. See you in June. We working on a little, a little something, little vibes. Definitely.
Because Terrence do music too.
So I'm doing that. We're about to do a little video for that as well. Just release it as a single, and then it's just like, you know, I just can't stop, man. I'm discovering every facet.
You come too far. We're gonna get a regular job.
Yeah, I mean, nah, and I could never. That's why I'm here. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, you know, I can't. It's like, you know, you see one thing, you have a vision, and then you start working towards it, and then you start seeing a bunch of other things that are accessible along your journey and along your path. And so I'm just like, at this moment, I'm auditioning like a mug, trying to book me a role, you know what I mean? And, you know, get on prime time and, just building that. And it's just like, you know, it's not a race. It's really a marathon, you know? It's really a marathon, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, had to make some calls, you know what I mean? But
real quick, we probably going to end the video portion of this just because I don't want my phone to die.
Oh, yeah.
But, so what you got coming up? What's your Instagram? What you got coming up?
My Instagram, you can find me on Instagram at T_real_. Like the film reel, like REEL.
You're taking a break right now.
I'm taking a break right now.
We'll get to you if this pop off.
Yeah. But my email is on there if anybody wants to contact me. I do check my emails.
Dope. Izzy Me Now on Instagram, on all platforms. It's Izzy Me Now, Gmail, Izzy Me Now. That's just me, Izzy Me Now. Jobs coming up, can't tell you, NDAs, but we working, we always working, we're always working, and God is good, you know what I mean? So
Caviar Comedy on Instagram. I hate the name, but it's easy to remember. You know what I mean?
Caviar, that richness. I mean, pinky up.
And I'm out here doing these open mics, just trying to get better, just banging out the open mics, keep doing the open mics. Eventually, I want to do my own 5-minute video, just so I can post back on YouTube, because they like that. Once I develop both of y'all can come in. But and then getting back to the shirts, the Lost Without Love brand, the rebrand. That's just like a side thing that I just like to do. But as far as everything else, hopefully this podcast pop off to something, you know what I'm saying? We see what happens.
See what happens.
You know, that's the end of the video portion. And we holler at y'all later.